Alright, what we're looking at today is the Evel Knievel Scramble van. Now, I never had any Evel Knievel toys other than the smaller die-cast ones. I had a couple of those, but I have no idea what happened to them. They're gone for the ages. But luckily for me, I had a cousin who had this scramble van along with the motorcycle and Evel Knievel. Unfortunately, he lived in Alabama, so the only times we got to play with it was when we went to visit. And let me tell you, it was a real fun toy to have. Now, the reason why I went after this is for two reasons. One is because of the memories of the fun we had with that Evel Knievel motorcycle and van. And two, I was looking at a lot of YouTube videos a couple weeks ago, and I came across some Evel Knievel videos, toys that is, and actual videos. And one of them stood out. It was posted by Nick's Toy Barn. He has a lot of good videos, a lot of Action Man stuff. But after I saw that video, it started making me reminisce about the times we had playing with the van my cousin had in Alabama that is. I decided to go after one. Now, years ago, I have a friend we call the Tonka Enthusiast. I've mentioned him in a lot of the Press Steel videos. He also buys estates and storage lockers, and he had come across just a van years ago and offered it to me for a few bucks. I wasn't interested at the time, so I turned it down. So I went back to him and asked did he have any, and he said yeah, he had a few, but he was on vacation a couple weeks ago. So when he got back, we went through one of his storage buildings on his property and came across this boxed van. It is only missing a couple of pieces. What it's missing is there's a screwdriver, and if you look on the front of the box here, you'll see the tools. There's a screwdriver and what looks like a crowbar maybe, and there was two wheel chocks for the keep the van from rolling. Missing one of those. Other than that, and the instructions, the van is pretty much there with almost every part. So I bought this. Well, let me take that back. I tried to buy it, and I had some items he wanted, so we had to work out a trade. Fortunately, I had duplicates of what he wanted, so he got the worst ones of what I had, and I got, I think, the better end of the deal. So I got two vans, one motorcycle, and all the accessories except for the two tools and the one wheel chock. So let's check out what I got. Alright, I also acquired the motorcycle with the launcher. Now, the motorcycle is missing every decal except the one on the tank. It's not beat up. It shows play wear, but it's not broke. Nothing's been re-glued on it. It's in good shape, and yes, it works. I'd be lying to you if I told you I didn't try it out. When I got all this home, I set the van up in the hallway, fired that motorcycle off. Man, it was like reliving my childhood. The thing is, I couldn't remember how far back you had to have the launcher from the van. So I got back on YouTube and saw a lot of people complaining that it doesn't work good and all that, but they was like 3-4 feet away from the van with the motorcycle and launcher. And in one video, it had the guy show the directions or the instructions, and I think it said 18 inches is where you launch the motorcycle from the van. So less than 2 feet. And you know, I didn't have any issues. This sucker was doing pretty good, and I was launching it off a carpet, and it was still doing pretty good. I mean, it would have done a whole lot better on hardwood or outside, but I was just doing it in the hallway, and it worked. Probably would have worked better, like I said, off the carpet, but it still worked. Now, I'm not an expert, but I stumbled across a guy who was talking about on YouTube, talking about the differences in the motorcycles. If what he was saying is correct, this is the first release. The launcher was red and the motorcycle seat was black. Later versions, the launcher was yellow and the motorcycle seat was red. I'm not saying he's right, I'm not saying he's wrong, but when I did go back and look at old commercials, the earlier commercials was just like this: red launchers, black seat. So, you know, if I'm wrong, you can tell me. If I'm right, you can agree with me. But that's what I was learned in the videos, and that's what I saw in the original commercials. Now, my youngest brother, I don't know where it came from. He got it back in the, I guess, late 80s. It was actually a yellow launcher with a motorcycle, and I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, the pins on this motorcycle are metal, the ones that you lock it into the launcher. I thought the ones on the bike he had was plastic, and they were pretty rounded off, and you had to cock the bike into the holding stand at an angle to get it, powered up. And and it might not even have been a motorcycle of Evel Knievel's. I know they, it might have been Ideal as well, released other motorcycles, and again, that was years ago, and I don't recall. All right, here's the two vans. The van on the left was the one that was in the box. The van on the right was the one that was loose. The one on the right is in better condition than the one on the left. The one on the left has got a crack around the hitch for the motorcycle trailer, and the door, one of the hinges is broke on. The only problem with this one is the steering wheel is missing. I contemplated taking the steering wheel out of this one and put it on that one, but then I figured, well, I'll just try to hunt down another steering wheel and not make a problem with this dashboard holding a steering wheel. Now, here's something I've also noticed. Again, I'm not the Evel Knievel expert, not a toy expert, not a truck expert, but to me, these look like Kenworth grills, and Evel Knievel's truck was Mack. You can go online and see the truck. It's been restored. It's a cool looking truck, and it gives you all kind of details about the truck itself. And there was a TV show that came on several years ago called American Trucker. It was on that as a special, and it was pretty cool. But like I said, these look like Kenworths, not Macks, but nevertheless, they're still cool. It does not matter. All right, we'll look at the roadside. And of course, this panel slides open, has a door, back flips open. I'm going to just take the lid off of it. There's the interior of the roadside of the camper, the scramble van. Just slide that back in, and of course it's not going to cooperate. Now, there's your shot of the back, the hitch for the motorcycle trailer. I mentioned the other camper has a crack. It's cracked right here. The hitch is still attached, but I'm going to look at maybe putting something there, some kind of adhesive or something to make sure it does not break off the rest of the way. It's not loose or anything, it's just cracked. All right, here's your roadside. Let's slide the panel off. And you see the inside of the panel on the roadside. The old vinyl wrapped around cardboard, and it's proved to be pretty durable. Lasted this long. My Big Jim camper is made the same way, as is the Barbie country camper. My sister had one of those, made the exact same way. Alright, now I threw in the accessories that I have available into this shot. So we'll look at them from left to right. You got the steps. Then you have the captain's chair, first aid kit, coffee pot, gas can, which I have two of these. One of them's on the trailer, motorcycle trailer. Two fire extinguishers, another one's on the trailer. Tool chest, grease gun, mallet, ball peen hammer, and wrench. Missing the crowbar and screwdriver. There's one wheel chock, the motorcycle lift, this toolbox, and I need to put it in some hot water because it's kind of warped. I'm going to try to get it back in shape, but the hinges are in great shape. The tool chest. There's the motorcycle trailer with the extra can and fire extinguisher on it. And let me see if I can zoom. That piece right there, I noticed in a lot of the videos I watched, nobody knew what it was, and I didn't know what it was at first. And I actually have two of those. That piece, main purpose is to hold the wall panel up to support the lid when you have it set up to pretend like you're working on a motorcycle. And then there's the column to help hold the lid up as well, or the roof. There's the ramp, undamaged, still assembles and deassembles really good. I have a couple extra pieces of the ramp, but one of them is not usable. It's this end where it's got the tab here to secure it to the roof of the van. The tab has been ripped off, so it's pretty much junk. You may also know I've added the Evils in. We'll talk about these now. I got two. Now I have two Evel Knievels. The outfits were in horrible stained condition, so when I removed them, I noticed that the Evel in the red outfit, you know, these are bendable figures. The wires that connect, or that run through the arms, they have actually rusted and broke, and the armpits are split on him. One is split on him. So I'm not going to really do anything to like encourage more stress and damage. But you see the helmets, I got them cleaned up about the best I could get them cleaned up. I think that, if memory serves, I thought that Evel Knievel came with a belt. I could be wrong, and I haven't gone and looked at this either. And a scepter or a cane, maybe, I don't recall. Alright, so now we got a third Evel. Got a naked one. I should have hid his shame, but I didn't. Anyway, my son and his girlfriend, this is several years ago, they went to a auction, a local auction, and he brought back a box of stuff I'd never bid on, but that Evel Knievel was in there. No outfit, no nothing. So I didn't really recognize it as being an Evel Knievel, and he got thrown in a box. Well, after I got the two other Evel Knievels he's propped up against, I realized, wait a minute, we've got another one. So I went and dug him out, and sure enough, it's Evel Knievel. Now, he is in awesome shape. He almost looks new. Now, I recall, and I regret not buying them, but it's like the late 90s, early 2000s. I don't know how long they reproduced them, but that toy company Playing Mantis, I think is their name, they re-released the Evel Knievel stuff. Looking at the videos about the quality, the bikes, the handlebars broke, and they were kind of expensive. I remember seeing them at our local Cracker Barrel, but I never picked any of the sets up, and I kind of regret not doing that now. But the difference between these Evel Knievels and the Playing Mantis ones was, and I verified this by looking at photos online and on eBay of the Playing Mantis versions. The Playing Mantis version has "Made in Hong Kong" on the back of Evel Knievel. So I said, well, maybe let me check this one out. Fortunately, he doesn't. I'll turn him around. I think what he is he was a brand new Evel Knievel that never got played with. And Lord knows what happened to his outfit. Why is he naked? I don't know. Kind of concerning that some kid got him, ripped his clothes off, and that's it. But he's not stained up, not beat up. His head is kind of tight, to turn, that is. But like I said, he's in awesome condition. Alright gang, that is the Evel Knievel Scramble van with motorcycle and box. I am going to hunt down the missing pieces, and I've already went to a couple of websites, including eBay and Etsy. Right now on eBay they have the screwdriver for like $14.99 and only one chock for $14.99 plus shipping. I can't see paying $30 for 2 pieces. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye out for a van with those pieces and just buy the whole thing and maybe trade the van out or use it for parts for the other van I have. And this is also dangerous for me to trade for this, because I'm that type of person, even though I never had this stuff, I do remember playing with it and really enjoying it, because that motorcycle was just awesome. Jumping the van, my aunt and uncle's house in Alabama, the front porch was pretty high off the ground. It was probably like 14 steps from the curb to the front door, and we would jump that thing off that porch, and that motorcycle took a beating and it never gave up. So looking at some of the other things that had offered, they have a crash car, I think is what it's called, a car that's designed to blow apart when it lands, other variants of motorcycles, a girl named Danielle or Darby or something like that, which I will probably not get because I didn't know that existed until recently. Dragster, what else they had? The funny car I would like to get, because it reminds me of my favorite year Trans Am, the 70. But like I said, I don't think I need to get on that kick because I got so much stuff now, I got nowhere to put anything else. But I'm quite pleased to have this set. It is awesome to play with it again. Jumping that van was great. I don't know why I don't think of filming stuff like that. I never do. I'm not a photo or filming type person. I need to get in that habit. But gang, thanks for viewing. If you don't have it, get it. If you got it, post it. You guys have a great afternoon, or excuse me, great evening, because it's dark outside. Thanks for watching.